I'm a world changer, feminist, heterosexual, and biological son of God. I'm one of the best trusted advisors here on planet Earth, and I'm definitely a biological son of Yahweh from heaven, so I'm definitely good. And with my biological mother being an extremely powerful, extremely good, lily white magic wizard, and with Jesus Christ from heaven most definitely being my biological stepbrother. So I'm most definitely a reasonably powerful God. That's right. I'm most definitely a reasonably powerful God with my biological son, biological father, most definitely being Yahweh from heaven. So I'm definitely good. And with my biological son, who I had with my good friend Claire Richardson, I suppose. So in the future, I suppose. So my biological son with Claire Richardson from the future, whose time travelled back in time, been with me a few times. So my biological son also is legendary, and with him impressing me a lot. So I do have reasonably impressive genetics, and with my genetics probably being my best quality, even though also have been essential for the creation of the last 5 New World Orders since in more than a decade. There's been a lot of New World Orders created in the last decade because of my reasonably impressive strategies and other activities which have been essential for the creation of the last 5 New World Orders. And years ago, back in 2009, there was the excellent film called The International. I think it had Naomi Watts and some other people in it too, I suppose, and that was the excellent film called The International. In that film, there was a very powerful global corporation, and they're very powerful very powerful, I suppose. And in that corporation, there was one of their very the very young rising stars who was a director of the corporation. He was brilliant, I suppose I'm saying, and he used to play chess with his son and engage in question and answer type activities to try to help to transfer his wisdom onto his son, who he cared very much for. With me, I don't really like playing chess, I suppose, because chess is a strategy game for defeating your opponent, whereas with me, my focus is more on that of working with friends to achieve greatness together. So I don't really like chess, I suppose, but I do think there are still plenty of group, party, and strategy games which we played, I suppose, to help to upgrade our quality of thinking, I suppose, and to while also having a lot of fun, because a number of wise people often say that we often do learn best through play, and especially with kids learning very well through play too. So by playing party and strategy gained with your kids, I suppose, can be a great way to help your kids to be their best self, I suppose, as they live their best life while doing their best work each day in projects that matter as high achievers who do this in the process of creating their long-term track record of success. So I had mentioned about that game, about that film, The International, with that very brilliant director who was young, ambitious, hard-working, very strategic, I suppose I'm saying, and he was able to do amazing work for that powerful global corporation within the excellent film The International, and in that film, I suppose, he often would have question and answer, I suppose, as he sought to teach his star son, who was only about 6 years old, maybe younger, I suppose, how to inculcate him. That's transfer, I suppose, via repetition, I suppose, into his son, I suppose, much of his wisdom, especially with his most important piece of wisdom being, son, what do you do when you're trapped and there's no way out? To which his son would then calmly reply, that's easy, Dad. You dig yourself in deeper. So you really want to be working hard, especially within the good times, to be digging yourself in deeper. And so I do think this is a great way to create success and maintain success, I suppose, from digging yourself in deeper in the good times via things like alliance building activities to try to make yourself too big to fail. And by making yourself too big to fail, what I mean is making yourself very powerful, I suppose, so that if you ever do face problems in the future, which is pretty inevitable, I suppose, because even the best of us do experience problems in the future. So if when you do experience problems in the future, or when you even do experience existential threats in the future, it'll be okay because you have, in the good times, dug yourself in deeper to make yourself too big to fail as a good and loyal friend with good intentions, because creating success and maintaining success, it's often all about relationships and alliance building activities as a good and loyal friend with good intentions. So you really want to be building quality friendships built to last from, first of all, thinking about, so what are your best qualities, and also about, so you want to have thoughts about, so what are your best qualities, and to also as well have thoughts about, so what's a good way to build quality friendships built to last as a good and loyal friend with good intentions. And in my opinion, this comes from being a giver. So Michelle Obama, that's the wife of the former president, 44th president of America, Barack Obama. So Michelle and Barack Obama have achieved a lot of success, and I do think that Michelle Obama will even achieve a lot of success in her future as well. I'm saying more than she's currently achieved. I suppose. So I do think she has a lot of talent, and she often has this talent, I suppose, because she talks of the importance of formulating winning strategies. I'm saying because you need a winning strategy or winning strategies with which to succeed. So getting into the habit of most days considering very big challenges which you could have learnt about via the mainstream media from things like Forbes, Wall Street Journal, Harvard Business Review, Bloomberg, Time, Fortune, CNN, and other leading Wall Street Journal and other leading news organisations, I suppose. So you want to be getting in the habit, I suppose, of So Sam Zell reads about 5 newspapers per day, I'm saying. He learns a lot from reading those 5 newspapers per day, all about all of this current information, especially he would probably access much information from reading it online. As the news hits, I suppose. So you want to be a good and loyal friend with good intentions, so some people say it's important to be solutions focused, but I think it's solutions focused of what I'm saying, because we often are able to create good solutions from studying problems and understanding problems and understanding the cause or causes of those problems, and then using the 4 noble truths of 1, it has arisen, that is, the problem has arisen. 2, it has a cause. 3, there is a pathway leading to the cessation of the cause. And then 4 is following that pathway, because when the cause of the problem has been removed, the solution, that problem then ceases to exist. That's right. When the cause of a problem has been removed, that problem then ceases to exist. It's all about being strategic and also about using the 5 whys, which is you first of all work out what the problem is, and then we then think, so what is the cause of the problem? And what is the cause of the cause of the problem? And what is the cause of the cause of the cause of the problem? And you go back 5 layers of causes, or until you can't go back any further, as a way, I suppose, to be able to use the 5 whys to try and arrive at the most fundamental cause of the problem, which you have control over, I'm saying, because if you can't control something, it's useless. Don't worry about things you can't control, but you want to be having a strong focus on alliance building activities, to be building quality friendships built to last with powerful people as a good and loyal friend, because the most powerful people have a lot of resources and capabilities which we probably don't have on our own. But when you're able to form alliance building activities with the most powerful people, well then they can then use their powerful resources and powerful capabilities with which to implement your winning plans to ensure that we win, I suppose, because getting in the habit of writing lots of strategies each day to current problems you learn about via the mainstream media and then send to the people whose problems they are, send them those winning strategies as a way to help for them to win as a good and loyal friend with good intentions. So I definitely think you want to be working hard as a good and loyal friend to try to make yourself too big to fail as a good and loyal friend. And I do think that in the activities of creating success and maintaining success, friendships are a very important component of this within our, that's right, within our alliance building activities as a good and loyal friend with good intentions. So I really think, I suppose, that those people who are wise, I suppose, understand the importance, I suppose, of becoming too big to fail and often asking themselves, so what would I do if I'm faced, if I'm trapped and there's no way out? To which the obvious answer is dig yourself in deeper. Yet if you are in a challenge, I suppose, and it's very stressful, it can at times be too hard to dig yourself in deeper then, which is why in the good times you want to be digging yourself in very, very deep to make yourself too big to fail if you ever were to fall on major hard times, or if you ever were to fall on the times of a major existential threat, I suppose, because even the best of us do still at times face existential threat, which is why it's so important to be digging yourself in deeper in the good times. So I really think that it's important, I suppose, we're focusing on alliance building activities as a good and loyal friend with good intentions and a big heart. So Michelle Obama talks about the importance of strategy, and with my good friend Avril Haines, so she talks about the importance of internships. So I'm not talking about having to go to head office and complete a whole heap of interviews as a way of being officially accepted into a internship in a government organisation or in a leading corporation, I suppose. So if you're able, so I do think there is a much easier way in, I suppose, than going via official ways in the official process into an internship. So Michelle, at my good friend Avril Haines, the director of the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, so she talks about the importance of internships, and with me, I talk about the importance of volunteering, I suppose, because if you were to want to get a big new client as a consultant or as a trusted advisor, well, if they didn't first of all know you, like you, and trust you, that is, know you, I suppose, because they have a lot of knowledge about who you are and your work, trust you because they have a lot of knowledge about. So know you, like you, and trust you. So know you because they have a lot of knowledge about you and your work. Like you because they have not a lot of knowledge about you and your work, and they also like you from that knowledge and trust you because they have a lot of knowledge of who you and your work are. They like this and they also trust you because of this, I suppose. So it's so important to be someone who talent, know, like, and trust. And if you were to request, I suppose, to be a client of a powerful government group or of a powerful corporation, unless they first of all know you, like you, and trust you, you wouldn't have a hope in hell, I suppose, for them to then be willingly opening up their books, I suppose, and sharing with you all of their secrets and trade secrets as a way to help for you to better help them, I suppose. So you really need to be a bit more strategic about this matter, I suppose, a bit more strategic and a lot more resourceful, I suppose, and to be, first of all, looking in the mainstream media for problems they currently face, or even to be thinking strategically about their industry and where their industry is heading and what are the major obstacles in that industry, and then thinking about key ways, strategies, thinking about key strategies to help for them to overcome those problems, I suppose. So I suppose I guess I'm saying is that they're only going to know you, like you, and trust you enough to take you on as a client if your talent, and also if you also have, first of all, introduced yourself to them, I suppose, via sharing with them some of your strategies to help them to excel within their industry or within the major challenges that they face, and also with you, ideally also even sharing with them a portfolio of your work as a way to be helping for them to better know you, like you, and trust you, because relationships are all about communication, and unless you have been communicating with them a lot of information about who you are, I suppose, and your work, I suppose, in an attractive way, as a real person who has both strengths and weaknesses, but in an attractive way, I'm saying. So unless you're able to do that, I suppose, they won't be know you, like you, and trust you, and you won't be having much of an opportunity to excel in the future because with their firm or with their government organisation, because oftentimes you really need to have them first know you, like you, and trust you as a foundation for future paid work. And in my opinion, this comes, I suppose, from volunteer work. So AVRIL HAINES talks about the importance of internships, where she mentions, I suppose, that her internships were very important for her current success, I suppose. And with me, my current success was created largely because of my volunteering to powerful people who I found, who I was impressed with via their media appearances within the mainstream media, I suppose, and then I reached out to them via Facebook Messenger, I suppose, via metadata free communication via Facebook Messenger, which I do think does work very well, I suppose, to help for me to be communicating with talent ideas which are in the best interest of the talent who I meet via the mainstream media, I suppose I'm saying, as a way for them to begin know me, like me, and trust me, where they think, hey, we like him, he speaks our language, he's just like one of us, as a good and loyal friend with good intentions and a big heart, and with me working reasonably hard to build a long-term track record of success as I do my best work each day in projects that matter as a good and loyal friend. So I really think, I suppose, that when seeking to create success and maintain success, it's all about friendships. So you want to be having a strong focus on alliance building activities and to be thinking about all of your very best qualities. So thinking about all of your very best qualities and trying to work hard as a good and loyal friend to be giving the value with which you are best at giving to people who you respect and admire, who are powerful people who you respect and admire as a good and loyal friend, I suppose, to help for you to then buy this value which they want from you, I suppose, to be beginning your alliance building activities as a good and loyal friend with good intentions. So you want to have, first of all, thoughts about, hey, so what are my very best qualities, and then who can I be using my very best qualities with, I suppose, to give them the value that they want from me as a way to help to catapult me, I suppose, onto success, I suppose, while as a good and loyal friend giving talent, I suppose, who I respect and admire, I suppose, the value they want from me. And I also think that you as well, I suppose, want to be a good and loyal friend who works hard as a giver. That's right, I suppose. So when there are powerful people who do have challenges, so you want to be learning about their challenges via the mainstream media, and then as a good and loyal friend to be seeking to then help them with the matters that they care deeply about within your alliance building activities as a good and loyal friend, also as well to be sharing with them a portfolio of your work, I suppose, so that you aren't just an unknown quantity, but so you instead are someone who they will be getting to know, like, and trust, I suppose, from investing the time and effort into be getting to know you better, I suppose, because you have given them the knowledge, I suppose, about you, I suppose, via your writings and possibly via some video posts as well, I suppose, and also within your Facebook articles, I suppose, other information too, I suppose. So you want to be working hard at making yourself look good on paper, I suppose, via working hard to uh, create a portfolio of your best work, and to also, as well, I suppose, be working hard to communicate and to also, as well, be working hard to think, to learn about problems they face from the media, and then to be working hard to give them the strategy with which to overcome those challenges they face, I suppose, especially even to be viewing this a little like a work in progress, whereby when you first start out, you mightn't be that good, I suppose, but through doing this every day for years, I suppose, you do develop a lot of skill, I suppose. So not just suppose that it is a little like a work in progress, whereby when you first start out, I suppose, which could be in while doing your K-12 education, I suppose. You possibly even start in high school or even before high school, but you want to be having some time devoted to sort of formulating new strategies each day as a good and loyal friend with good intentions, and working hard to overcome these challenges which people from industries in which you're interested in working do face. So this is very important. You want to be a good and loyal friend who works hard at formulating strategies both from the perspectives of being a giver and helping those powerful people who you respect and admire, and also from doing this as well from the perspectives of your personal and professional development, in that the more exposure and more experience you have at formulating winning strategies to help powerful people, well, then the better you become at it. So you really want to be using the 5 whys and the 4 noble truths, and also, as well, I suppose, to be working through the issues on a question or a topic, I suppose, as a way to then be stumbling upon the issue, upon the solution to solve the problem, through first of all working via a flow of consciousness through the major issues on the question or topic, I suppose, via a flow of consciousness as a good moral friend. So it really does pay a lot, I suppose, pay a lot in future opportunities to be making some time each day to be exposing yourself to big challenges, I suppose, which you might read about in the newspaper, or which you could even learn about that a certain industry does face, I suppose. So you might want to be having your parents invite people in the industry to your house for some dinner parties, where the professionals in that industry can then be talking to you about themselves and their work and the challenges they faced in getting to where they are, as a way of transferring that knowledge onto you, I suppose, because usually people of distinction, I suppose, so we oftentimes are able to make this distinction social distinction, I suppose, to transfer on via multiple generations, I suppose, because of we put the systems in place, I suppose, and have our children be mixing in the right circles, I suppose, and having a good education from the perspectives of sure you want to learn a lot in education, but you also want to as well be networking with the talent from your year level and also with the teaching faculty as well, I suppose I'm saying, because oftentimes the best teaching faculty members can often offer a huge amount of opportunities to um, the talent, I suppose, from your year level, I suppose, once you're able to first position yourself as a good and loyal friend with good intentions and who has a lot of talent who they know, like, and trust, I suppose. So I think you would be surprised, I suppose, about how much opportunities the best teaching, a number of the powerful teaching faculty from exclusive high schools and from exclusive universities can be giving to their students who they know, like, and trust, I suppose, who are talented, I suppose, and who have taken the time to first of all impress them enough as a good and loyal friend with good intentions. So I really think, I suppose, that there is a lot of opportunities that you can be creating from working hard with friends and with winning strategies with which you get experience at formulating each and every day. And you can also even be spending time, I suppose, writing your 10-year plan or writing a 100-year plan or even writing longer term plans, and also even trying hard to be formulating a strategy with which you're able to start doing work 10 times better than what you did the previous year, or creating work which is 100 times better than you did, say, a decade ago. That is each and every year, I suppose. So you want to be trying to have a strong focus on doing your best work each day in projects that matter as a good and loyal friend, while being nimble and agile and working hard while being creative to try to stumble upon new categories of value which you can, and also new strategies which you can be offering, I suppose, to talented, powerful people to help to give you the opportunity to be able to break through to success. So I hope that you have enjoyed these ideas with which I have shared with you in this video as a good and loyal friend with good intentions, because you most definitely are worth it, and I hope that you'll be able to utilize these ideas and strategies as a starting point with which to be building even bigger and better strategies and ideas, because I've shared with you some of these ideas, but the best of you will be moving beyond just what I've provided into be powerfully moving well beyond this as a good and loyal friend.